My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Or rather, welcome to the Lost Arsenal meta here in Monster Train. The Lost Arsenal update has finally shipped, and with it, a bunch of major reworks to cards, a bunch of bug fixes, a bunch of quality of life additions, as well as a bunch of new cards. It would take me longer than the length of a single episode to sit here and just read out all of that stuff to you, so instead I'm just going to leave those on the websites that already have them. I'm going to hit a random button, I'm going to depart, and then I'll tell you about the clans that we're currently playing and what's changed in them. So we have Umbra, led by Primordium, as our primary clan, and then we have the Banished, followed with Fel. Fireheart is the Pyre of Entropy, adds a Vengeful Shard to our deck after every battle, and we draw an additional card for every 2 blights in the deck. That's going to be really good with the Perils of Production, giving us additional Ember to play out all those additional cards. Selfless Sacrifice, consume to advance a unit and apply damage shield 2, as well as a Crucible Collector. Cool. It is nice to be able to advance a unit sometimes when you have Umbra as one of your lines, because the thing that you push to the front is going to be the thing that is going to be gorging. Serpenturnus Chosen of Entropy is going to be the end of the run. Cool, cool, cool. So, about these two clans. What changed for Umbra? So, Umbra Crucible Extension is no longer a spell, nor is Engine Upgrade. Both of those are now room cards. Engine Upgrade is a 0 cost, gives -1 capacity to the room and +1 energy per turn. So, you know, if you have an open floor, pretty easy to get the additional energy from it. Similar to its spell, although obviously you can't consume remove it. And then there's also Crucible Extension. 2 Ember gives +4 capacity to a floor, just flat, as a room. Sick. Great rework. I like that has been a little bit more distinguished from Space Prism, which it otherwise felt like these two are relatively indistinct from one another for being 2 different cards. I think that's it for the Umbra reworks. I think there have been Umbra patches as well, though. Very quickly see. Okay, yes. Allied Construct now starts with 2 fuel. The Blazing Bolts now do 60 damage. The Crucible Collector has more health. This was originally 20, so you've already got +15 by default. Sick. Forever Consumed now does twice as much damage, 80 rather than the 40. Mind Collapse can target friendly units so that you can use a Morsel to just gain additional Ember. Neat. Morsel Made now gains twice as much health and attack per Gorge, which is pretty important as well, because that was scaling really, really slowly previously. Overgorger has more health. Teeth of Gold artifact now hits the lowest health enemy unit, making it significantly better. Glutton Penumbra has had its stats increased just in general. Sick. And Primordium Stalwart Snack, this could be relevant, has had its stats updated on its final level to be higher. So just a lot of the base clans from Monster Train 1 have had a lot of power increases across the board, save one very specific thing in Awoken, which honestly needed to happen. It needed to happen. I don't know how many of you remember, like, the beta days of the very... Oh, Stalwart Snack. Maybe I should go down that line right now. How do I do it giving buffs? Just cause. Let's do it. I don't know how many of you remember, like, the pre-release, like, beta days of Monster Train 1. But during that period of time, when Hellhaunted and Awoken were the only 2 clans in the entire game, Awoken had a ridiculous amount of infinites that you could very, very easily achieve. Like Engraft, for instance, didn't draw next turn, it drew instantly. And so you just always do that, meaning you never played with the Awoken in any other way. All this to say, they have killed my boy. The Awoken Rail Spike has been nerfed. I believe the nerf, if I recall correctly, is you can no longer draw any more cards this turn after you've played it. Cannot draw additional cards this turn. Honestly, it did need to happen. Vale. Hazel's Sword is offering is the Manifold Mirror, first room card, play to all floors, or the Attuned Whetstone. Draw an equipment card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. I really like the idea of that because it gives me the ability to put that on Primordium, give Primordium additional stats as well as additional keywords via the equipment, and then have that get eaten. Let's do the Attuned Whetstone. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, also, a quality of life setting that I need to turn on now. Is where are you? Titan Trial default. So by default now, the Titan Trials will be turned on. Promoting Crucible Collector. I mean, yeah, I guess I can afford to play top line. I really like the idea of just causing Primordium because it is going to be... This is the Stalwart Snack, right? Right. You are not the one that I'm looking for. You just have more rounds that you are eaten for. You don't also give your buffs. I need to diversify your line later. That said, the Attuned Whetstone is still really good because you'll be giving your damage, your stats, effectively, for additional turns. There's a bunch of new neutral equipment in the game as well. Nice. That could end up being especially relevant. I guess in this world, now I need to push you back to the front. I don't need to play out that virtual shard. We're fine. Yeah, enough damage on the top line to be able to take out the Fallen Champions, and it's only getting better from here. Perfect. Let's use a Perils of Production. I guess just selfless sacrifice the top line twice? Yeah, there's no need to be greedy anymore. We've got enough damage to take down all of the units as they ascend here. Whoop, we're going to lose Primordium. We're only going to have 2 damage shield stacks. Actually, we'll lose one in a sec. Hang on. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I think. Yay! No problem whatsoever. I don't know yet how I feel about the new card builder I've selected. This is the one that you get from having all of the dimensional challenges complete. If it was a little smaller, I think I'd be much more about it. Like if it was trimmed a little closer to the cards. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it on for this episode and see if I find it obtrusive over time though. Ember Forge, 2 additional Ember per turn, kind of nice, but Void Binding is right there. 2 damage shield, Rage 6, and Ember Drain 3. Feast, though, really good when you have the Primordium. Gives you the ability to start eating it faster. Let's do that. Selfless Sacrifice, we already got 2 copies of you. Rising Rage to reveal an enemy unit a lot of the time. This is really good. Challenge, same. I think we take Challenge. Secondary Merchant of Steel Umbra. So yeah, I think I'm going Merchant of Steel Umbra first, then Merchant of Arms, so I can try and find something to make the Whetstone worthwhile with. Try to send that 10 times fast. Quick and +10 and a Smidge Stone. Okay. Give me the right unit for it. I gotta say, these aren't wrong. Alloyed Construct. 1 Ember 2 size. Has Fuel 2 by default now. However, obviously, you will still need to be gorging once every turn at least. Crucible Collector Primordium. I could throw a Morsel Maker on the top line as well. I'd never be sad about that. It's just, I'm effectively putting all of the damage on this one unit, so eventually I'm really good at killing the frontline enemy unit, and then I let everyone else hit me in the pyre. I think Alloyed Construct is completely correct, especially with the quick that we know we can get. The question now, though, is, do I think I Smidge Stone them as well? Because I'm going to need a way to get enough morsels into Alloyed Construct consistently. Being able to possibly generate 2 morsels there. I like it. Plus 20 additional health. I could throw this on a Shield Steward, but I'm really not scared at the moment. Also, the more money I save for equipment next round, the better off we are. They've got haste units here, so I'll be setting up top line like that. I do think I should challenge the Flautist here, just so that the other ones have to walk up manually. Gives me more time to feed the Alloyed Constructs. Oh, come on, Blink. Insane. Hit the frontliner twice. Okay, look, as long as you get the Collector, I was going to be fine with that, but seriously, rude not to have also gotten the Savage Spearman, friend. That can only be described as rude. Oh boy. This bottom line's pretty bad as well. A lot of units are going to get to the top line next floor. I'm going to be taking some serious damage to the pyre unless I get a bunch of plinks next turn. Fingers crossed I do then. Even a Spear Steward on that line wouldn't help. 466. Spear Steward at the bottom line wouldn't really help either. Okay, 2 blinks? You're kidding me. There are 6 targets on the floor. Only 2 of them don't die to plink. I hit exactly those 2 targets. Okay, that's a lot better. I think I have to play a Spear Steward on the top line now. Because it kills 2 additional units and then just leaves the Flautist to go to the top, which is fine. My main concern is that I'm going to run out of fuel at a really inopportune time. Savage Spearman in backline probably gets killed with a plink on later turns, so I'm just going to focus on survivability for the top. Nice. All right, it was enough fuel. We're all good. Now it just comes down to the equipment. Mine Collapse, Prismal Dust, and Making of Morsel. I do think I'll always be happy to have Making of Morsel rather in this deck at the moment. Windblade. Shift. Game. Valor. Resolve Trigger Shift. Not really a piece of equipment I'm looking for here. Playing a unit to someone's floor doesn't count as shifting the unit. Moving a unit to a unit's floor counts as a shift on both of the floors. So I don't think the shift is triggered every single time I play a morsel on the same floor, which makes that significantly worse. Enchant Quick. Not great at the moment. Tome the Lost Path. I mean, sure. I'll give the ability for a unit to fly and then just fly it to the right space. There'll be some way to use that. I don't know what it is at the moment, but there will be. Aha. Compelling. Deeply compelling. Weapons Cache. When you summon a friendly unit, draw an equipment, and apply -2 cost to it. So if you had this deployable, and then just played all of your units on that floor, you would just start drawing out all of the stuff for it, including Overgrowth Carapace. Resolve, gain 1 capacity. Smidgestone. The thing is, I want to put that on Primordium, but I also don't want to put that on Primordium. Because, like, no, but Primordium will grow every turn with it. The real thing is trying to solve how to get enough fuel into the alloyed construct if I'm only feeding Primordium to you. Because Primordium growing to be, you know, a 40-40 higher in stats is going to be worth it. Swiftail Dagger's a little harder. Like, currently I'm just drawing the Overgrowth on turn 1 to put on Primordium. I can staple any other piece of equipment to that, including the most expensive equipment in the game. That's what I should be looking for. I think I just take my Overgrowth Carapace from this, say thank you, and walk away. Because I'm not going to want to get more equipment. It'll ruin my Attuned Whetstone at the moment. And I already have Quick on the unit that would be wearing the... Unless I also want to give Quick to the Primordium. Which I don't think is important. No, I'm going to leave open the opportunity to add another piece of equipment later that's more impactful. No, you cannot have the Attuned Whetstone. I will absolutely take 8 additional damage to all of my units, including the Primordium, who gives their damage to the Alloyed Construct every turn. That's going to be great, thank you, actually. Turn on Titan Trials at every flying boss to face the Titans. On by default. Let's go. So you get to push units back. I have a little reorganizing in my own deck already, which is nice. And I have a little bit of way to chump block too, which can be relevant. Good links on the bottom line. I'm fine letting them get pushed around a little up there. The correct unit still does all the eating. And then it's exactly 1 just cause to solve it. After one round, the Primordium is now giving 31-23 on Resolve to the Alloyed Construct. So yeah, I think this will go well. Oh, wow. Good hits on that floor. I'm also finding ways to get even more fuel into the Alloyed Construct consistently here, which is great. Exactly what we were hoping to see. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up killing Archeon before the battle waves at this point. It's not really that much to do at the moment. Top line's too powerful. Oh no, I can't incant on this line. No! I guess I won't then. Well, I guess I could just eat immediately. Doesn't really help us though. I do think our 400 damage top line is going to be enough. All I have to do is make sure you will always have enough fuel. Let's fly the Crucible Collector up to the top line, just so that it can enjoy the view as the enemy dies. Perfect. Oh! I was hoping I would see this card. Wretch. Return eaten units to your hand. The stats that you get from the Overgrowth Carapace, those stick on the character. So when I resolve the Primordium back with a Wretch, it'll come back at full size. Sick. I'll take Wretch, please. Heavensward, however, is the new card for Devoted. Banished, rather. I always forget the name of the clan. Banished. 2 Ember Heavensward, consume. Ascend friendly units, then advance the highest health friendly unit on the new floor. So a huge amount of shift triggers, and also sets up the floor that you're actually moving to. This is something that has been a little lacking in situations where you are, shifting an entire floor, is also putting those units into good positions on the new floor. This is very efficient for that. I'm excited to play with that in a run where it matters, but it's 100% Wretch right now. Morsel Master, Shadow Eater, or Demonic Fledgling. I mean, a Shadow Eater is incredible. I just need a lot more morsel generation to really support it. And here it's 100% Heaven's Light right now. Specifically because Primordium can grow to be truly absurd sizes, just with a little additional capacity. Merchant of Trinkets feels okay. Like, I don't really need a Banished Banner at the moment. In terms of spells, I mean, there's some spells I would love to hold over. There's some spells I'd love to spell chain. Okay, yeah. Actually, I really do want some spell upgrades. Also, like, half of the trinkets for these two clans are really, really bad. Next area has Merchant of Arms with an Armory. That's 100% something we're going to want to hit. Celestial Alcove, Merchant of Trinkets. Oof. Does that mean I'm giving up trinkets until literally the final rung? Yeah, it does. Is that an argument to go for trinkets here if I'm going to be going for the Merchant of Arms in the next area? I think so. Start with snack 2. I really wanted to see the other line. Superfood, I believe it's called. But I'll take Buffet 8. Can be eaten for 8 turns. Some trinkets. Start a turn. Fully healed champions. We play 3 different kinds of card in a turn. Draw 1, gain 1. Yeah, that'll often happen because spells create morsels. So as long as I also have a Blight in hand, which I will almost always, it's very easy to trigger the Ember Staff. Start turn, fully healed champions, almost entirely irrelevant. Although I guess it does mean I could full block with the Primordium after the first round or two for the Alloyed Construct, just move it to the front of the line. I just don't think that's that relevant. Also, some additional money for the next rung, still really relevant too. Let's see what the event has for us. Yo. Unstable Shard. Reduce Pyre to 1 health, get the Unstable Shard. Now, the only problem with this... Did I just collect? Yeah, I've just collected the Pyramates. Yeah, I'm on full health. The only problem with this is that I have 5 Vengeful Shards in my deck. It is theoretically possible I could draw a hand where it's not... I'm not able to avoid taking 1 damage. As much as that additional damage and health would be so good on Primordium, I think I have to avoid this. It's too likely I get screwed. I wish I could have taken that, but I just know that if I did take that in the next fight, I would have drawn the worst outcomes. Penitent Pressstone, each floor, completely fine by me. Primordium's going to be attacking. That's actually really difficult. There's a bunch of things I could draw that would make it okay. I really want that money, though. I don't think I can take this challenge. Even if Primordium is behind the Alloyed Construct, the Alloyed Construct on the first turn is going to strike for 41 by 2. And then the Primordium hits and dies to the spikes. Challenge would avoid that because the Penitent Pressstone would go down. Feast would avoid that as well because the Alloyed Construct would have enough damage to take down the thing. 2 Just Causes would solve it as well, same reason. Perils of Production would also solve it. You're doing 41 by 2, 82. I can't solve it with Plinks. Actually, no. It wouldn't be 2 Rages. It'd be even more. It's a lot of Just Causes, and it's 2 Perils of Production to do it. Obviously, Selfless Sacrifice keeps the Divine Shields. No, we lose the Primordium if I take it. Oh, that's so... Damn it. Oh, this could have been so good. Turns out we would have been fine as well. Selfless Sacrifice and Challenge in the opening hand. 2 of the things that definitely would have done it for us. Unfortunately, Wretch in the opening hand is exactly where I don't want to see it. I think a Spear Steward second line makes sense. Someone's going to have to start getting Valor as well, because I'm not going to be able to support all these floors with morsels just yet. Yeah, especially when so much of our morsel generation is inconsistent. Like, Plink would have to hit the backline twice here to generate my first morsel. Oh, no. Okay, Plink is almost certainly not going to kill anything on any line. I'll try it. Damn, missed. But I can move the Collector to the front line at the absolute least. Kill that. I wonder if there's an argument to hit Tome of the Lost Path on Primordium and fly you down to the bottom just to get an AoE clear here. Because top line's probably good enough as it currently is. The real thing it needs is more fuel. Which, that'll do it. Unfortunately, it does mean Primordium's not going to grow again. So Flight's available in 2 turns time again. Oh. You don't need more damage, buddy? I'm looking for a Wretch. Get a couple morsels down so that I'm actually taking down enemies. Link doesn't do it. Am I okay taking just the Sharp-Eyed Sniper? Yes. 13 damage to the Pyre. Great. Bottom floor solved. Shadow Eater is just going to get large enough over the course of the rest of the fight. I guess let's trigger eating and then just watch it roll out. Big unit. Cave in. Descend all units. Excavation eruption. You didn't get changed at all? All right. I think it could change a little, I guess. Gem Trove, however, is here, offering 3 uncommon or rare morsels to my hand, as well as damage shield 1 to all friendly units. I've been asking so commonly. How could I turn it down? Penitent's Death Suit. On shift, gain melee weakness 1. Do I really want to do that? Demonize. Descend, apply melee weakness 2. That I will take. Glutton's Maw. Piece of new equipment for the Umbra clan. 2 Ember. Gain the ability Chomp. Chomp. Cooldown 1. Destroy a friendly unit and gain +15/+15. Triggers Gorge and Eaten. Interesting. Exiles Diadem. 1 Ember. What would this do? 1 Ember, -2 size. Cannot reduce size below 1. If I strapped that to the Overgrowth Carapace, what would happen? Glutton's Maw gives Chomp, destroy a friendly unit, and gain +15/+15, triggers Gorge and Eaten. So I suspect this triggers Gorge on the unit that is doing the eating, and Eaten from the unit that is getting eaten. I assume it doesn't mean that if I put it on the Primordium, and then use the Primordium to eat a morsel, that the Primordium's eaten would then also trigger. If anyone does know exactly how that goes, feel free to tell me, but I think I'm going to be taking the Exile's Diadem and strapping that to the side of the Overgrowth Carapace. Destroy a friendly unit. Yeah, okay, so that's not that's going to completely bypass. If I put that on the Allied Construct, it would just destroy the Primordium. I think Glutton's Maw is really good for allowing Shadow Eater to eat, though. So I'm going to take it. I'm also then going to make it deployable so that the merged equipment is still the one that gets drawn. Fun stuff. Fight Club, I guess? Yeah, I can throw a Fight Club room on that top line. No one would be too bad about that. Firebrand and Sword Maiden. Sword Maiden on summon, draw an equipment card from your deck. Artificer, gain 8 Valor. With the additional size that we have, I do think I would be able to take that unit. In fact, I'd be able to take that unit. It draws the Glutton's Maw. I put the Glutton's Maw on the Shadow Eater, and then I eat the Sword Maiden. I like that. I definitely need some additional deployment Ember now. Yeah, so our setup is Allied Construct top line. Primordium behind. A Diadem, which has made you smaller. I think after you grow on this first round, you'll still be 1 size. We'll see. Shadow Eater hits bottom. And I guess Crucible Collector mid. I could have played Glutton's Maw with only 1 more, and then even set up a Shield Steward to get eaten on the second round. So yeah, it's definitely a Hell's Flame after the next boss fight. Why do you have to give me Wretch so early? Oh, Titanskin 5, Malevolent Hunter's not going to go down to a Blink, unfortunately. Not really too much I'm actually able to do that turn. I got a morsel down and ate it. That'll be good enough. Oh, there it is. Sword Maiden draws Glutton's Maw. Eat Sword Maiden. Kill them. Perfect. Oh no, I could have played one of the shards in the middle of that. Would have been fine. Got no one to eat. Wait, I need... Okay, you can't target yourself. Got it. I had to be sure. I've got to Just Cause the Collector to the front because that's the only way I can take it down right now. Actually, hang on. Before I do that, let's see if I can play 3 other room types. So a Blight. Feast on the top floor. Actually, after playing Fight Club. Fight Club will give 15 additional damage to the Primordium, which then donates on Eat as well. Selfless Sacrifice. Yeah, that's not going to change anything on the bottom line. Just Cause moves you forward, and drop a Vengeful Shard. Middle line is nothing. Middle line is frankly blank. Shield Steward! Get eaten. Yeah, Alert Construct is already doing enough damage to take down both Fallen Executioners. Perfect. Okay, so you've grown 80? So that's 4. So yeah, the diadem is counting. Because you would have been 2 by base, you've grown 4. So you should be at 8. Sorry, 6 rather. But the -2 from diadem is working. Nice. The concern is whether or not it had applied -2 to the Primordiums 2 at the start and decided you can't go below 1 and only applied -1 and then didn't get the -2 again as it grew rather. But it did. All is fine. Everything's well. Oh wow, Wretch is a really good way to get back units that have been eaten by Chomp. Does that count? Actually, I need to figure that out. It doesn't, no. Okay, Wretch does not bring back units that have been fed to the Glutton's Maw, which means that it's not especially good, as I was about to argue, with units that have on-summon triggers. Oh, you know, like Imps. Like, almost exactly like Imps, actually, come to think of it. Get him. $547 by 2. Yeah, I think that unit's got enough. Again, it's just down to making sure it has enough fuel consistently. Which is a little harder. Oh boy. Not a great hand. That'll do, though. Literally kill him in one shot. 2001 damage. Nice. There's the engine upgrade we were speaking about before. I do really want this. It's great on the midline for us right now. It's up against another feast, which is also really important for me. Just accelerates the growth of that top line. But the additional Ember is really important. Shield of Wing, eh? Revenge deal damage on the Shadow Eater. I guess I could strap this into a Glutton's Maw. Only problem is then it'd be much harder to play that equipment. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd play that. Heroic Dive, descend, then advance a friendly unit, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's health and armor. I think I could probably argue to skip here. Because I don't want to put additional equipment in this deck without a direct plan for it, it'd ruin my attuned whetstone. Yeah, you know what? Give me another Descend, another Demonize. Merchant of Steel versus a Merchant of Magic. Merchant of Steel has removal as well, though. Shadow Eater has a lot of things you'd like. Allied Construct is already fully upgraded, though. I do need to hit some of my spells with the important upgrades. Especially cost reduction for the Demonizers and the Gem Trove. Alright, fine. What card does that mean I should dupe? I think it's got to be something affecting our energy. Oh, Freestone now has -1 to cost and Permafrost. Huge. Holdover for... I don't always have a morsel every turn, so Perils of Production isn't actually a great holdover. Holdover on Wretch, though, would help guarantee that I have that at least. Yeah, I think that gives me the most morsels every turn. -2 cost Consume, that goes on Gem Trove. -1 cost Permafrost. I'm not really going to be able to hold things for more than a turn, so this is just a -1 cost. And I don't think it's worth going on any of them. Plus 15, just throw that on the blink. Reroll. Intrinsic -1 is really good if I want to set up the... Ooh. Intrinsic -1 for a bunch of morsels on the first turn? Makes our Wretch holdover consistently better. Or I can Consume remove there instead. No, Wretch holdover is going to take over. This doesn't even need to be reduced in cost. Let's throw a -1 cost on a Demonize, plus 20 magic power and Consume for a single blink. Ooh, second Gem Trove opening hand. Ooh, yes. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Kale, you are not prepared. You simply are not. Trigger feeding. Nice. I should probably do that on bottom line first. The Perils of Production for additional Ember. Trigger eating. Throw all of those on that line. Guess I'll demonize the boss and save myself some fuel on the Allied Construct line at least. There it is. Sword Maiden gives Glutton's Maw. Wait. I'll Vengeful Shard Wretch, then Glutton's Maw. I do want you both to eat immediately. And then also after the round. Incredible. Again, midline is literally a forfeit line. Don't have to worry about that underperforming. It can't overperform. Really doesn't matter what I throw on the top line, they're just there for additional fuel stacks. Finally, I think we'll have to eat a morsel with this. Follow it up with a couple more morsels. Eat the spear, Stewart. Nice. I don't know who's eaten more morsel miners. I think probably Shadow Eater on the bottom line. Which means you should be my priority then. I do think a little additional Ember and I'll actually be able to support a mid line. Might as well demonize you back to the bottom line. Morsel Miner. Don't need to eat that one just yet. Eat the Morsel Miner first. Okay. That's enough to get everyone except for one of the Executioners down on that line. That'll do. Top line Primordium is almost as large as you can get. Allied Construct now doing 1,000 damage, split across 2 strikes. And in fact is killing Kale this turn. Nice. You know what? Oh no, you can't have 2 abilities on the Shadow Maul, so I can't give it flight, fly it up there, and then eat Primordium. But I can fly Primordium down, and then... What?! That's not what it said it did! The Chomp does work on Primordium. It doesn't kill Primordium, despite the fact that it says destroy a friendly unit. So I figured it wasn't gonna work with Primordium, but it does, which makes it even more busted. Can be eaten multiple times. I don't think the wording is necessarily consistent with how it actually works, but I'm glad it does work like it works. Damn. That means that more should definitely be on the Allied Construct now. But I also really like how Shadow Eater can clear lines. Decisions, decisions. A second Glutton's Maw. There's also Wings Radiance, X Advance, apply 1x melee weakness. Neat. But I'll take the second Glutton's Maw, thank you. I'm gonna have to make this one deployable as well. Ugh. I have a Merchant of Arms, literally in the next area. I'm probably going to a Merchant of Steel in the final as well, so... I'll do it. There it is, superfood! When eaten, add this unit's damage, health, and status effects to the eater. So status effects like the damage shield from Gem Trove will be passed forward. Any of the Valor from Just Causes. Obviously Rage and Ember Drain if I really wanted to do that, but I don't, so I won't. Realistically, it's not actually giving almost anything at the moment. And with the equipment that I've already put together, it won't. I think maybe I should go Stalwart Snack 3. Also, I probably haven't done that. Oh, I haven't done Superfood 3. I'm doing it anyway. That's Twin Blade, a Bloodthirsty Blade, and Imprisoned Zephyr. I'm gonna... Oh man, I want to make so many of these deployable as well. Engine upgrade being deployable would be incredible. I don't think I do anything else here though. Very late to add the Bone Dog to the party. Everyone's gonna try and eat you, Bone Dog. I think in order to keep you safe, I need to keep you here. Just take the Bone Dog's pendant with me. Yeah, it's purified shells. We'll be fine. Okay. Hallowed Construct, Primordium, Merged Equipment, Glutton some more, Shadow Eater, and then I still get to use the Sword Main to draw into the Gluttons more for the bottom line. Oh, there's Wretch from the first hand. That's pretty terrifying. Let's eat twice every round on the top line. None of them are healthy enough to survive the Ragewing Assassin on the bottom line. That's going to be really annoying. I don't really care about saving the midline either. Additional health and damage from top. There's the Glutton's Mourn. Wretch is back. Oh, it's good to see. Eat a Shield Steward first, why don't you? There we go. Whoa, I was about to take 24 damage straight to the pyre on the top line for absolutely no good reason. Literally all I need to do is just add 2 morsels up here. That'll do it. Set up a spear steward for a future turn. Great. Then retch up the bottom line. Throw as many of them as I can on the top. Then feasts. I really don't get that collector. Huh. No, there has to be a way that I get the collector this turn. I'm not putting down the turn without it. So ultimately it comes down to Alloyed Construct needs to kill the Avowed Gladiator in 2, or something needs to survive the Ragewing Assassin. I haven't been getting units that can survive the Ragewing Assassin. Spear Steward, you get the barrels of production get eaten. Away truly as many cards as I possibly can before I use the holdover Wretch. Hang on, is the bottom line eating way more units? Am I retching the wrong person? I suspect that is the case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then same amount of units. Really? That doesn't seem likely or possible. Well, yeah, I don't think I can collect that collector. I think I can, actually. I just have to take 7 damage to the pyre. Just gotta let the Ragewing go up. It's every single same part of the turn. I keep missequencing it. One of those moves you forward. Well, at least we're now regularly killing him on the bottom line. Fewer worries when that's the case. Terrifying Amalgam only just missed dealing damage to us on the midline. I want to get as many expensive cards out of my hand as possible just to make space for the Wretch. But Wretch is not bringing back too many units. Is my draw pile screwed with this as well? No. I'm so used to bringing back way too many morsels consistently, but the 6 that we get from the gem troves on the first turn might just be exactly as much as I need, plus whatever morsel miners I get after that. I mean, I have to. Show it to me. Primordium! 0 cost, 6 size, 115, 110. Yeah, I think that'll do. Good card, that one. Just in case the numbers don't get much larger than that. Sword Maiden here to protect us against the 10 pyre damage from these 2 terrifying amalgams. It's getting very big. Unfortunately, all of the Morsel Jewelers will die by striking the Chosen Breaststone, so it's either that or Feast on the bottom line for another incant. Rather Feast on the top line, please. Oh, this is fun. I'm gonna demonize my own alloyed construct to the bottom line and just let it kill despite its melee weakness. That counts as a descend to me. I mean, another feast is never wrong in this deck right now. Penitent's Deathsuit. Do you want to come along for the ride? Do I take the Penitent's Deathsuit literally just to gild it? I think so. Wait, no, it's the equipment! Do I need to make it deployable? I'm gonna have to make that equipment deployable now. God damn it. Valor grants and additional armor. No. Advance the back enemy unit. Still. No. I'm almost never going to want to do that. Not consistently, at least. Traded Squill. No. At the end of each battle, friendly unit on each floor permanently gains +6. That'd be nice if it was relevant. When you equip a unit, damage shield 1, might as well, and apply damage shield 2 to the first friendly unit summoned each battle. Might as well. Oh, Iron Tongue! This is neutral equipment. You're as surprised as I am. 2 Ember, 10 damage. Sweep. This unit's damage is set to 30 and cannot be changed. I mean, if I gave that unit multi-strike, though, that's still enough to kill all of the backline units that are most relevant. I'm definitely here to deployment the Penitent's Death Suit so it doesn't ruin my merged equipment. That will also then require that I remove the 2 Shield Stewards from the deck. I don't think I need to remove both of them, but I will. How much do I want a 3rd boiler room? Like, boiler room on the bottom line triggers a lot. I think I take that. Then remove a single card from the deck. At this point, like, realistically, the Spear Stewards are at least units that the Shadow Eater can kill. Plinks? Unupgraded Plinks? They're nothing but incant bait for enemies. God, do I take Iron Tongue literally just to gild it right now? Because I can. There's no reason not to. There's some reasons not to. There's great reasons not to. Remember the thing I just did with the deployable? I keep dodging myself, screwing myself, when the Attuned Whetstone already has me covered. Just put my faith in it. Oh, I should get the additional armor on... I mean, Primordium, if it was superfood, would be great with that. But it should go on the Alloyed Construct, I believe, right now. Feast and the gem droves in the opening hand, incredible. I mean, that's enough to take out the entire bottom line. Although... oh no, the chump block is going to be ruined if I do it on the top line. Okay, never mind. I do the exact same thing that I did previously. I mean, yeah, bottom line's completely fine. No need to change anything about that. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. I'm going to be losing that bottom line. Let's get rid of Curse of Entropy and play out a Vengeful Shard. Then just calls the top line to draw a card. Good lord, Boiler Room would be great if it was activating, but it doesn't. If I fish for Plink, It would have to hit exactly Deafening Herald for it to help me. And even then, it's not that great. Oh, no. Oh, no. Top line's gonna have trouble with this. How dare you silence me? The Shadow Eater's Maw would be disabled here, so I wouldn't be able to summon the Sword Maiden and then eat anything to try and save anyone. Yeah, that's really bad. Top line's gonna need to get very powerful to avoid the outcomes of that. There's the Glutton's Maw immediately after I needed it. Also the Tome of the Lost Path, same. Oh, we finally got Wretch. Good. At least I'll now have Wretch every turn. That's huge. That means a lot. Honestly, Tome of the Lost Path on Primordium, probably. I think I throw Glutton's Maw. And then these two on the bottom line, just so they get eaten by the Boiler Room. The main problem is how far we can propagate our damage on the top line. Them having Incant up there doesn't really change anything for us. Them having Silence up there doesn't even really change that much for us. I'm gonna move two of you to the next floor down. So that I can keep eating while I want to. I will take a little extra damage if I do this. That is Wretch on the top line, but if I Wretch on the top line, I will also generate a Morsel, which is going to be capable of taking out one of the Purified Souls. So it also reduces the damage I take. So now I'm only taking 16 from the Deafening Herald hitting the top. It's fine, that's acceptable. Oh wow, Primordium didn't even manage to grow to its full size by the end of it getting eaten. That's pretty good. I mean, probably demonize the boss, right? I can add damage to all of you, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's truly not going to be the thing that makes a difference. Oh, it comes back without the diadem, so now it comes back at 6 size as well. Dang. Oh, that's so annoying, because I do want it on the top line for the sake of that growth, but, like, individual minions are way better now for taking out the souls. I guess I just gotta leave that how it is currently, then. Primordium on the midline. God. Three Purified Souls doing 42 damage as well as a 39 damage of our Gladiator going straight at the top. And that's because the Deafening Herald's in the front line, which I moved it there. I can't just lose these lines. I'm going to restart this battle. Chalk that one up as a loss, but I'm not letting the Glutton's Maw go. That's very much in theme with the Glutton's Maw. I think like the main change that I need to make is just put Shadow Eater on the second floor instead. Recognizing this is just a loss line. And that is a whole lot of food eaten. Never gonna have to worry about your fuel. Swords Maiden, Glen Maw. Eat the Swords Maiden. Boiler Room will want to be on that same floor as well. Without the ability to eat this round, Deafening Herald's still going to be really annoying. Really failed to plan accordingly for the silence. I was too excited about the new cards. Throw away a single blink just so that I can set up larger wretch. I'll be fine on the next floor as long as I have morsels, which I will. I think I will use this one selfless sack on this floor. I'll take 5, 5, 5. I'll take 10 more damage, but I'll prevent 24. Granted, I am buffing the bottom line as well there. But as long as I get to use my Glutton's Maw here, that shouldn't matter. Chomp. We do have damage on the top line when we use that, right? Good. Yeah, as long as I have enough to clear out the top line, I don't care. And then I'm not bouncing this Deafening Steward back down, so I don't have to worry too much. That'll do. Actually, if I'm going to be demonizing you, I probably should have done that in different order. That's okay. Just goes. Fetch. There we go. Much comfier. Unfortunately, the damage getting multiplied is Primordiums, not the Alloyed Construct, who would be instantly killing. Oh my god! Demonize. That's it. Let's Wretch with you, then Feasts. Develop a bunch more morsels. Feast again. Alloyed Construct's going to hit with melee weakness 9 and do 9,000 damage directly to Seraphiternus. Sorry, 10,470 damage. I suspect I should do the exact same maneuver here. Oh, actually, no. No, because there's no blight givers in this one. So I think I have to set up on the bottom line again. Anakin's death suit for the Dominion that's not already spawned. The Alloyed Construct doesn't need Glutton's Maw to start becoming useful. Shadow Eater, you need it. I think I need to give the Glutton's Maw to Shadow Eater first. Boiler Room hits bottom line. Penitent's Death Suit hits the enemy that's going to be moving. Engine Upgrade hits midline. God, that's so good immediately. We'll... Well, Gem drove the top line. As many morsels down there as I possibly can. I'm also going to start burning this Blink out rather than using Just Cause here. I've got a lot of Ember every turn now. Let's make the best of it. Interesting. So when the Spear Steward is getting eaten, the damage from it being eaten still, or rather the corruption from the enemies dying still pushes through the Shadow Eater. Interesting. Obviously not what we were hoping to see. Is there anything better I can do? I think not. Maybe I should demonize Savagery? Causes your Penitent's Death Suit to trigger again. It's probably best just throw it on the boss at the top. It's 3 more turns of the Pyre directly hitting the Dominion. Okay, we got Wretch. Cool, so we have our consistent generation now. Extremely important to get. Could be far from enough to kill the Chosen Assassin. So I have to just let the Chosen Assassin go through, I guess. Chosen Assassin and Silence lines both just get leaked to the top line, and I have to deal with them there. I mean, it's not great, but if I have to do it, I'll do it. So many scourges. Chosen supplicant, why? That's supposed to play Wretch there, oops. Gotta get more units back before I eat them. So I'm probably better served during the Sword Main mid line. Alloyed Construct is now scaling appropriately. We will Wretch from you. I can save Shadow Eater on the bottom line just by letting you eat a bunch of units. And it's certainly worth doing. With the amount of melee weakness I can generate, Pylight's not that important. I can already kind of just handle that. Perfect. Top line's already handling itself as well. Oh, these Curses of Entropy. I think I don't even want to play those now. Discordant Tolls, I will still play, though. Actually, I have to play them out because I really need the space in hand for the Wretch. Rude. Should have eaten you before I reduced your damage consistently, but realistically, at the numbers the Alloyed Construct has, his damage number isn't the important thing. It's the multi-strike number at this point. He basically just has insta-kill. Whoops. I forgot about a lot of stuff there and then just bumped the enemies a bunch in a way that didn't need to happen. Yep. Savagery's already dead. Dominion's short to follow. Hit the Wretched up line. Whoa. Interesting. Getting significantly less now. Hey, even got him with the blink. Neat. Jump. There it is. To wretch the bottom. Oh, what? Wait. Wait. Oh my god. Wait, what? What the hell does Wretch say? Oh my god. I've been thinking this entire run. This card is weird. It's so weird. It seems to return like random eaten units, not even the ones that have necessarily been eaten on this floor, and it's returning the same units no matter which floor I play it on. Because it's not floor relevant. It just returns eaten units to your hand. I have been agonizing over where to play this and what has been happening in the background that's been changing the morsels from what I'd expected to get to it consistently. It literally doesn't function like that, is the answer. Great. It's nice to have an answer. Oh, it's a big primordium. Big primordium. Yeah, I basically just need a free round to attack Entropy directly, please. Can't believe it literally doesn't even matter where I play it. Ooh, there's the first silence unit out here on wave 9. Thankfully, the enemy is already going to be dead. Truly sending him off with a blast. 2,905 damage. Attacks at quick rate. Double strikes. 1,936 health. Insane. Let's just let that resolve then. And that's what happens when you get Primordium and attuned Whetstone at the very start of the run. Glutton's Maw, Penitent's Deathsuit, and Exile's Diadem. Although another one, that's going to be Demonize is the final card there. There's a new win streak for Titan Cup. So Covenant 10 and Covenant 10 with Titans. Oh, that's the largest deck on record at 48 cards. Also, new personal record fuel applied. Didn't even need dualism to do it. Sick. Run to the run summary as well, just to pull attention to the fact that this, realistically, the huge upgrades on this and then duping it, having both of those in the opening hand, forced because of intrinsic at 0 cost, allowing us to get a bunch of morsels to start with, to then run into our feasts and wretches, worked incredibly well. Gotta be pretty pleased about that. Great showcase of a couple of the new cards as well. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2, specifically the Lost Arsenal update. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a series playlist for all content on this game, past, present, and future YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. I'd like to thank Dan. A special thanks to this episode to Zoe. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.